leverage the opportunities presented to you, right? So if you sometimes when we are like too stressed and too focused and driven by fear of failure, we miss out on other opportunities that are coming our way. So yeah, acknowledge the fear, all the fear, but at the same time, remain open to what might be coming your way would be my recommendation. Focus is important, but it has to be intentional and not fear-driven.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Immigrant Pod. My name is Martin. I am your host. What if where you were born didn't limit how far you could go? Obviously, it did. This is why there is over 50 million immigrants across the globe. Our guest today lived through civil war in Lebanon and turned that experience into a mission to open doors for people everywhere. He built not one, but two unicorn companies, including Oyster, which helps businesses hire talents across borders, changing how the world works and how the world does business. Today, at the Immigrants Pod, we will uncover the mindset, mission, and values behind this incredible journey. Please join your hands and help me welcome Tony Jamous to the pod. Tony, what's your story?
First, thank you, Martin, for having me on this podcast. And my story is the story of an immigrant that had to leave my home country when I was 17. I was born in Lebanon because there was no economical opportunities. The country was just exiting a 17-year civil war, and I had to leave. I had to leave behind my tribe, my community, and my family, and go to France to study computer science, and then try to succeed in this complicated world that is designed for performance. And so I started my first technology startup was in 17 years ago now, from the Silicon Valley. Was an API business for building communication applications. That business grew rapidly to 100 million of revenue in the first 5 years. Took it public in mid-2016 on the New York Stock Exchange by doing a reverse merger with Vonage, which led to its acquisition by Ericsson a few years down the line. But when I left this business, I realized that it's time for me to build a business that is impactful in areas of reversing brain drain, reducing wealth inequality, so people don't have to leave their home countries to look for better economical opportunities. And that's what led me to start Oyster in January 2020 as a mission-driven company, first and foremost, on a mission to democratize access to global opportunity. And what we do, we enable companies to hire people everywhere on the planet without the need of setting up entities, hiring lawyers, accountants, payroll providers. And as a result of that, we give people choice whether they want to stay in their home country or they want to leave and pursue a career outside of their home countries. Yeah, that's what I do currently. I'm currently the CEO and founder of Oyster, a B Corp focused on democratizing opportunity.
Researching you was very interesting, but the data behind your mission was also equally impressive. What I discovered was that there is over $8.5 trillion that is projected as economic loss for the world of business in the 21st century. To compound that, there is a billion or so projected knowledge workers that are coming into the marketplace. That is yet to figure, and the world and the marketplace is yet to figure out what those two numbers represent and what the effect is in the market. You have made this your personal mission, Tony. When you close your eyes and imagine the world you want, the world of Oyster, to help create, what does it look And how does it feel for you now as a CEO? No, I'm sorry, not a CEO at the moment, but as a human, as somebody who's looking at a world that is now interacting with AI, will it be a positive or a negative impact?
So as a human, I look at the world and envision a world where people, well, being able to contribute meaningfully to the world economy is not linked to geography. People can be anywhere they want to be and still participate and still build thriving careers. They still earn a wage that is linked to the value I provide, not necessarily the location they are in. And as a result of that, I envision a world that is more equal, where there's less wealth inequalities around the world. And as a result of that, a safer world, where humans don't need to conquer more and grow financially and economically more. People become content with what we have, because the reality is we live in a world that is abundant. It's just our mind that is giving us the illusion of scarcity. So we need more money, we need more things, and that mentality is reinforced by another illusion, which is the illusion of infinite growth. Like, we need infinite growth. Like, do we really need infinite growth? I'm not sure. And infinite growth is not only hurting the planet. The more you grow, the more utilizing natural resources that are precious, and Earth took billions of years to build. But also, it's hurting humans. It's hurting our lifestyle. The more you think you need to consume, the more you consume, the more you get addicted to consumption, and the less you take care of yourself, right?
So what's the path for first generation immigrant like yourself, who is a war survivor? There is this drive behind you that drives you as an immigrant, and it gives you advantages that a second generation immigrant wouldn't have the same drive. For second generation immigrants to be able to adapt to the workplace and to remain competitive in the marketplace, how do you, one, relate to them, and two, guide them so that they still have that passion and drive?
My message to second generation immigrant is to really uncover whether their need for drive is coming from a true desire of their soul, or is it more passed on from previous generations? Are they feeling the pressure to have a drive and to perform because their ancestor had to? Like, when you are an immigrant, first generation immigrant, you're leaving a country that you're born in because you had no choice. I get it. You have the pressure to perform. You need to have a drive. Usually that doesn't end up well for your health, right? But if your parents have done the work for you and brought you to a place where there's more safety, there's more wealth, more abundance, question, do you really need that drive, or is it more passed on from previous generation? Is it truly what you want to do? So my recommendation for them is to do some inner work, to explore, is that really what their soul desires, or is it something that is not theirs?
What you're talking about is, and correct me if my assumption is not right, is the discovery of passion and where your passion drives you to.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your childhood, and when you sit back, how does your childhood relate to what your life is today?
I am shaped by my childhood, to degrees that I am totally unaware of, and I keep discovering the impact of my childhood on my trajectory. My first business was about survival, right? I wanted to make it big. I wanted to succeed. I wanted to get financial safety, security. And that led me through the typical path. Go to engineering school, do an MBA, start a company, raise money, take it public, do an exit. And I'm very grateful for that drive that I felt that I needed to have, because it got me to where I am today. The second business I built, Oyster, was also shaped by my childhood, and it's shaped by my relationship to my grandfather. He was an entrepreneur. He built buildings and even castles for people in the Gulf area, like in the Kuwait and Bahrain, and he created employment for all his village people. So that he would build this businesses and employ people from his community to go and help him, and that influenced me to build Oyster, because with Oyster we're providing opportunity for people to find employment, no matter where they are. And so yeah, I've been pretty much influenced by my childhood and my relationship to the people that were close to me when I was a child. Yeah.
At some point, for me at least, I get to a place where I think life sometimes is a hypothesis, right? And I say that because if I would put myself, or ask you to put yourself in a place where you had no title, no company, no history of building wealth, how would you still be living out your mission? And when you're speaking to immigrants, how should they be living their mission?
Yeah. So the short answer is living it with alignment with who you are and what the world needs. And that mission evolves over time. It's like, for me, it's more like it's like the mission that you think you have now is just one layer of something deeper. And I feel like every 7 to 8 years, I kind of dig into a new level of mission and get more clear. I get a new download of that I'm here to do something else. So my recommendation is to keep listening, keep asking questions, why I'm here, what I'm supposed to do, and once you find the answer, to go deep, to go as far as you can, until the point where that mission doesn't mean much to you, and therefore you pause, you take some time and reevaluate and discover what is the new layer, what is deeper than the first mission you thought you had. So it's like it's a never-ending work of self-discovery. But the key is to answer the call, right? So when you receive the call, is to answer it and go deep and go as far as you can until you cannot go further.
In 2025, AI has become available to the greater marketplace. As an employer that has over 600 employees across the globe working for you, how are you integrating AI into the workplace? And when you speak to other business owners, how are you encouraging them to adopt or utilize AI?
Yeah, so AI has become a must-have. It's given that any business, especially in technology, is an AI-first business, and Oyster is no exception. We are an AI-first business, and we use AI extensively across our product to be able not only to build faster software, to enable our customers to interact with us through AI and increase our efficiency and increase the level of service that we offer to our customers, to even internally, like I'm implementing right now AI for my leadership team that listen to all the calls, all the meeting, all the notes in Slack and Notion, and help us make decisions, guide us, enable us to better communicate and collaborate. So AI has become fundamental and essential in how we operate and how we work together. And it's just the beginning.
Many immigrants, when they move to foreign lands, part of their drive is they want to be leaders in their marketplace. Doctors, teachers, dentists, businessmen. For those who choose to go the way of business, learning from you, you have built 2 unicorn businesses. What silent mindset shift should ambitious immigrants have to make so that they have that drive to grow and thrive in their market?
I think first, labeling yourself as an immigrant should not be in the way of your success.
Absolutely.
So essentially, like, there's nothing wrong with you, right? So it's about believing in yourself, absolutely believing in yourself, in your gifts, in your strengths, in your powers, believing that you are here right now for a reason, and embrace that. Leverage the opportunities presented to you, right? So if you sometimes when we are like too stressed and too focused and driven by fear of failure, we miss out on other opportunities that are coming our way. So yeah, acknowledge the fear, all the fear, but at the same time, still remain open to what might be coming your way, would be my recommendation. Focus is important, but it has to be intentional and not fear-driven.
Tony, when you look back, what's one counterintuitive decision you made that defined conventional business wisdom, but changed everything you do?
Yeah, so starting Oyster actually, because before starting Oyster, I had a business plan ready to build a business that's going to disrupt my previous category with AI, and I'm talking here 2019.
Yeah.
Investors were there, my team was ready to go, and then a month later, I decided to drop everything and start this mission-driven business called Oyster that I have no experience in doing. It was an HR technology. I can build communication platforms like deep tech, AI stuff, and I decided to go in a totally different industry. I embraced the unknown because I knew that that's what I'm here to do right now. That was my calling at that time. So while the other opportunity was definitely going to be a unicorn and be successful, I knew the industry inside out. I had the credibility, I had the knowledge of how to do it. I decided to embrace the unknown and go in a different direction.
Very interesting. So Part of building massive businesses is building a very successful team and choosing great leaders. So, walk us through what are the keys to identifying what a good leader is and how do you integrate good leaders into a business?
Yeah. So I hire my team, my leadership team. I hire them through, usually I hire them through extensive search process. So I don't use the people I know. I don't use my network. I want to unbias myself from the people I know they are good and build a specific process to hire them. And also I hire them not only for their ability to do the job, but for what I call is their fit for purpose, which means they have to have a link to our mission. For instance, our CFO is an immigrant. She had to leave her home country to better opportunity. We have our VP people. She led remote teams for 10, 12 years and she's passionate about democratizing access to opportunity through remote work. These are just examples. So they have a connection to the mission, and they are here not because they need a job. They can find amazing job anywhere else. They are here because they want to make a difference. So the why is important. And last but not least, what makes a great leader for me is their ability to distance themselves from their ego, their ability to be non-reactive when there is a challenge, stay calm, their ability to create emotional safety around them, so people are not afraid of working with them. These are some fundamental characteristics that I look for in a leader.
Very interesting. So, sometimes growing a business, and I want to say it all the time, growing businesses comes with its own challenges. Leadership is challenging, marketing is challenging. You are what I would consider a global entrepreneur. When you're approaching the global market, does culture factor in? And if it does, how do we approach culture?
Yeah, culture factor in when there's a need to adapt to the way we sell to that culture. Maybe in a culture, this is how they buy, this is how they consume, this is the marketing channels to reach them. Yes, you have to adapt the language maybe to that culture. Maybe they need to buy in their local culture. Maybe they need to buy from people that are behaving like them culturally. Yes, that adaptation is important. However, within the organization, as we build globally distributed teams, and Oyster is, we have people from over 100 nationalities, we are in 80 countries, there's no dominant culture. Unlike classical organizations that existed in the past, where you have like a dominant culture, like it's an American culture with few people elsewhere, or it's a French culture and then you have few people somewhere else. Here we are fully distributed and we have diluted the concept of culture in our day-to-day interactions. The way the company culture is much stronger than the local country culture. This is how we work here, no matter where you are. This is how we make decisions. This is how we relate to each others. Now, doesn't mean that we don't celebrate culture and the diversity we have in the team. And we have a number of events that we've been doing over the years where it's about really elevating and celebrating local culture.
Culture, I find, is hard to scale in a lot of perspectives. However, from your experience, how did you find it possible to preserve empathy and inclusion as Oyster grew past the 500 number of employees in more than 60 countries?
It's hard to scale culture well, but culture is going to scale with your company. And most of the time, when you scale a culture, if you don't be intentional in how you want to scale it, it will scale in an uncontrollable way, and you might start having issues, toxicity might spread, politics might start to appear, and so on and so forth. So you want to be intentional in how you scale culture, and you want to revisit every couple of years where you are on that path. And what we do here, when we started this business, we spent some time defining our culture based on our values. And but every couple of years we take a look, where are we on that curve? Do we need to adjust that? Do we need to add a value, change a value? Do we need to change the way we operate now? So it requires continuous attention in an intentional way. And I have to say, culture is also defined from the top. So the way you behave as a leader is going to determine how others behave around you. So leaders and founders have a lot of power and influence in designing their culture. So you have to stick to your values. Goals might change, strategies will change, people will change, but your values don't change. They are your inner core, and you have to question yourself constantly. Are you true to your values? And surround yourself with people who are not afraid to tell you that, hey, I feel this is not aligned with our values. Let's talk about it.
So you sit sometimes and you spare time to think and to look at how you can solve the problems around your world. If you had the opportunity, and you do now, to speak to immigrants across the globe, and you were to talk to them about how to build a unicorn, your third unicorn, without raising a dollar for external capital from anywhere, what would your first 90 days look like?
The first 90 days would look like discovery of a problem that the world absolutely needs, and you are uniquely positioned to solve. That is on a big market where demand is going to be high and it's going to be big. And my first business was telecommunication market, massive. My second business was the employment market, even bigger. You have to pick big markets. You solve a problem that the world absolutely needs, align with who you are uniquely positioned to solve in a unique way that is positioned on the big market. This is where I spend the first 90 days trying to crack.
Tony, have you failed in the past?
I fail every day. I mean, success is a series of small failures. Is as simple as saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, or making a hiring mistake, or failing in a specific strategy. But failure, I look at failure as a redirection. You learn from it and you choose a different path. What you want is to detach failure from your self-worth. You are supposed to have a series of small failures. Actually, this is how you become stronger and you become better.
Lately here in the media, there's a conversation about the possibility of having the first $1 billion company with a single employee, or having the first $1 trillion company with a handful of employees. Is the world going through or toward abundance? Or we're going to an abundant world that is only designed to benefit a few?
Well, I think first, I think the world is already infinitely abundant. Like, so you only need to look at your true needs. You don't need so many things, and unfortunately, the marketing machine is telling you otherwise. And so you have to stop believing what they're trying to tell you, that you need this and that and that. So, by reducing your needs, you can actually realize actually you have more than you need. Like, I only drink water. That's the only drink I put in my body, right? Because this is the only drink I need. I don't need coffee. I mean, sorry, Starbucks, your coffees are great, but I don't sell me the stuff anymore. So I think first is about looking truly at your true needs and realizing actually you don't need that much. Secondly, uh, yeah, I mean, I believe it's possible. It's possible to build a product that is super in need, that our people are willing to pay for, with a handful of people. I mean, it doesn't like the good example of that, even pre-AI era, is ARM, the chip manufacturer. They didn't sell microchips. Everybody wanted their microchips because they were the best, but they didn't sell microchips because they sell the intellectual property of it, and they license the production to third parties. So they could have a very small company compared to the Intels of the world, but drive very meaningful value. So yeah, there's ways to design businesses that create massive value with very little resources, and AI is just going to accelerate that. It's nothing new. It's going to be faster and bigger.
You've obviously created a global company that is got fingerprints across the globe. So, if you could change one policy globally to reduce inequality, what would it be and why?
I mean, the key policy to change is that we only hire in the country where we have our headquarters. Simple as that. I think that's, or we hire in specific countries. The world is your oyster when you're looking for talent, and with platform like Oyster, like, you don't have to think where to hire people. You just have to hire the best people you find. So this shift in how you think about your talent strategy is massive for businesses, because they access a much bigger talent pool. They find great talent faster. They optimize their headcount cost. They create a highly engaged and motivated workforce. They create planetary level diversity. So this is the direction of travel. There's no doubt that in 20 years from now, the vast majority of companies is going to be global by default, and the best companies will be fully distributed companies.
You've built two, maybe more large teams. What one leadership habit have you found to be your superpower?
My superpower is to be able to look at problems from a high perspective, very high perspective. I'm up in the sky. I have an eagle view of what's happening, what needs to happen. But it's also my weakness, because I don't necessarily look into the details. So I need people around me that their gifts is to look in the details. And this is how we complement each other.
Reviewing your journey and looking at equality and accessibility, are there any spiritual principles that immigrant entrepreneurs would want to factor in when it comes to leadership and growing businesses?
One spiritual principle that I believe in is, when you align yourself with a higher purpose, when you align yourself with something bigger than yourself that the universe absolutely needs, the will open up for you. You will be supported by the forces of the universe to succeed. And that's why I believe mission-driven businesses, when they're done right, and by right mean they are done with the purpose of delivering impact, they succeed much more than their rivals, because they are supported. They have the wind in their back when they create that alignment. Now, how do you create that alignment is both an art and a science. You have to design your business model to deliver impact. So the more you grow, the more you deliver financial results, the more you're delivering impact. At Oyster, the more we employ people around the planet, the more we generate revenue. So that's, I call collinearity between your financial success and your social and economical impact. And you have to keep checking with yourself when you make decisions. Are you making decision in alignment, or are you not? And make sure that you're making decision with alignment. And the more you do so, the more the world is going to open up for you. The more you're going to find customers that you haven't thought about before. The more you're going to have people joining you that are going to transform your business. The more you'll be able to find investors that will believe in you and support you. The more the world is going to shift and create opportunities for you. Your demand for your stuff is going to increase. But you need to have that faith that when you do something that is aligned with a bigger purpose, when you build a business that is focused on bigger, that is bigger than yourself or your needs, and is at service of the universe, then from there, things will accelerate.
The world has changed. It's a beautiful thing that entrepreneurs like yourself have allowed things to change that were conventional. Immigration was conventional. We could migrate from one country to another to go look for opportunities. But opportunities now are coming to where we are. How, in the 21st century, should anyone who's looking to remain competitive and relevant in the marketplace, what should we look at so that we can retool?
Like, your main competitive advantage that nobody can copy is actually you. So you need to keep investing in yourself and show up authentically. Don't try to copy others. And build businesses that are a reflection of you, a mirror of yourself. That's impossible to copy.
Very interesting. So let's pivot a little bit and talk about identifying opportunities in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking to invest with other entrepreneurs, what are you specifically looking for that helps you be able to remain aligned with your mission?
So when I make investments, I look for, first, as we discussed earlier, a big market, right? I invest in businesses that are positioned on big markets, not small markets or niches. I look at a founder or a founding team that is capable of seizing that opportunity and able to pivot when needed, and they're open to receiving feedback. And I look at their strategy of growth that can create defensibility and can be protected in the long term. These are the three things I looked for. And when it comes to impact-driven businesses, I look at opportunities that can deliver double bottom line, right? So one is a social economic impact, and secondly is return on investment. But I look at businesses that has this collinearity between their financial success and their impact, because I believe that creates synergies. These companies will succeed more than if there was no collinearity between their impact and their financial results. And they are rare. These companies that have this alignment, like Oyster, are rare companies, but I hope more entrepreneurs will realize that that's actually a massive opportunity for them. When they align their impact with their financial results, they'll become more successful. And my goal with Oyster is to prove that as a case study for other entrepreneurs to follow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us mid our conversation, this is the Immigrants Pod, and we have the pleasure of speaking with Tony Jamous. Tony, when you think about legacy, do you want to be remembered as a founder, an immigrant who opened doors, or something entirely completely out of my scope to imagine?
Like, I don't like to be remembered as an immigrant because that actually means that there are borders. And my hope is that we are going to remove this very bad idea of having borders that we invented. It's human made. We are from planet Earth. This is where we're from. And these man-made obstacles, borders, nationalities, passports, are just in the way for us to realize that we are one species that has been given the responsibility to take care of life on this planet. Yeah, so I'd like to be remembered as a human from planet Earth.
Tony, if you were to score the world today, and I say this because as an entrepreneur, sometimes it takes one entrepreneur for other entrepreneurs to hear you and to get a spark that sparks, and they go out and change the world with beautiful ideas. As an entrepreneur, when you look at the world today, where are you scoring us as humanity, and where do you see opportunities to change the world in the future?
I think that humanity is there's a lot of confusion actually of why we're here. As I said, I believe we're here to take care of life on this planet. And from one hand, we're doing a pretty poor job of that with how we're taking care of the environment, and actually how we're taking care of ourselves, because we are part of life. We are life. We are an integral part of nature. At the same time, I have a lot of hope for the future. I believe that humans are awakening to this realization that this illusion of infinite growth is actually in the way for our happiness, our health, and our ultimate purpose to be the guardians of life on this planet. And we're gonna see an acceleration of businesses that's going to be designed to drive us forward into this future that we are destined to go to. And Oyster is one of these companies.
We can't wait to see the change that Oyster brings to the world, and we are glad that you are the pioneer on the team. What's one change you want to see in the heart of leaders worldwide after hearing your story today?
A key change I want to see in leaders is not only look at opportunities through your mind, but also integrate your heart in making these decisions. And that gives you the power because you access the true intelligence of the collective. when you tap into your heart, is much more powerful than AI. It's going to be.
Do you believe that humanity still has the capacity to contribute into society tomorrow by competing
Mm.
on creativity compared to the promises given to us of what AI will do for humanity?
Absolutely. AI is just an enabler for our creativity to blossom even more. I mean, we created AI, so we are the creators of AI. Talk about creativity. I mean, we created something very powerful, very beautiful, but that gives you an idea about how much capabilities we have as a species to create beautiful things. So yeah, absolutely. AI, I create with AI. AI enabled me to be a, a, a much more powerful creator than I am. I mean, just music. Think about the ability to create music. If I want to learn 5 instruments, it's going to take me a lifetime. But with AI, actually, I don't have to learn 5 instruments. I just can work with AI to use 5 instruments and get what I need to create out there. I believe it's going to be a very exciting future for creativity and AI in the future. And it's a collaboration between machine and human.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking with Tony Jamous, the co founder of two unicorns have tremendously changed the world and continue to impact the world today. That's a wrap on today's powerful episode with Tony Amos, reminding us that it's possible to serve and be serviced here in this world and with the world. This episode is being brought to you by Medical Group of Companies, providing compassionate, non-emergency medical ambulance transport across the state of Texas and Florida. Learn more at www.medicaltrans.com. If today's conversation moved you, follow us and join our movement on social, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, it's goodbye from the Immigrant Pod. Tony, thank you for making the time for us.
Thank you for having me, Martin.
It's been a pleasure. And thank you so very much. We wish you the very best. And if there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. Continue to impact the world. Thank you, Tony.